Hi everyone, it's me. Welcome to today's video. It is that exciting time of the month again to choose our monthly TBR. So today we are going to be using our TBR jar as usual to pick our April TBR. We're gonna pick 5 books as usual, and I know for the past few months, like since the beginning of 2025, I have sort of put a spin on my TBR jar videos. In January, I let all of you on Instagram help me choose my TBR. In February, it was Huffy's time to shine. In March, I put the decision into a bunch of different booktuber, book besties hands. But this time, this month in April, I'm gonna take all the control back for myself just for this month because I haven't done that in a while. So I feel like it's, you know, I owe it to myself to give myself full control again for what I read this month. That's gonna be April. Also, I apologize if this video is like a little bit dark. It is like a gloomy, droomy day today, and it's the perfect weather to sit down, be cozy, and read a book, but my camera does not tend to like dark days. So apologies if the video doesn't look as good as usual, but our TBR must be chosen, dark day or not, and let's get started. There are so many prompts stuck on my wand right now. Let's get them back in the jar. All right, let's put that back where it belongs. And we're gonna start with our first prompt. Let's do a pink one first. Oh, okay. This one is a great one to start with. Our first prompt is just fantasy, plain old fantasy. Easy, that is so easy. I could totally do that. So, oh, I have the perfect one. Usually when I pick my TBRs, I pick like a couple books per prompt and then I, you know, make the final decision between those few. But I know exactly which fantasy I like definitely want to read in April, and that is Our Infinite Fates by Laura Steven. This book, not only is this book gorgeous, look at that gold sprayed edge, but this is a standalone fantasy that is advertised as for fans of The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. Like, hello, sold. And then it's like intertwined with this cat and mouse reincarnation love story, and I'm so excited to read this one. It sounds so interesting, so good. The tagline is, they've loved each other in 1,000 lifetimes. They've killed each other in every one. Our main character's name is Evelyn. She has been going through like so many different lives through reincarnation, but she remembers every single life that she's been in. And she also remembers that in every life she's been in before her 18th birthday, this devil named Arden kills her. So she never lives past her 18th birthday, but in this book, she is actually really liking, like she's loving the life she's in now, and she doesn't want to die before her 18th birthday. So she now has to find a way to figure out who the devil is in this lifetime and, I don't know, like kill him before he can kill her. But I think also in every lifetime, they tend to like fall in love as well. Like they fall in love with each other and then they kill each other. So she just has to figure out how to not die in this lifetime. Premise sounds so good. I love Addie LaRue, so I'm really excited about this one. And I received this book actually in a PR box by the publisher. And in the box, they gave me like a little like box of tissues. So I was like, oh, you're telling me this book is gonna make me cry. And that just made me even more excited to read it. So yeah, Our Infinite Fates, that's gotta be the fantasy pick. That one was so easy. All right, let's do a green prompt next. What do we have? Oh, we have a popular book. Okay, I feel like we're getting easy ones this month. Usually I have a little bit of a challenge with the prompts sometimes, but a popular book. I feel like I have so many popular books. Like I could do something like Ready or Not by Cara Bastione. I've recently heard so much about this book and her new book, Promise Me Sunshine, that just came out that I also have. This is definitely an option. I could also do like House in the Cerulean Sea. I know that one is super popular. Firefly Lane by Kristen Hanna is also popular. A Man Called Ove. Oh, I feel like I have so many popular books. Oh, you know what? You know what I'm gonna do for popular book? I'm gonna do Magnolia Park's The Long Way Home. I don't think you could ever call this book not popular. It is probably one of the most popular series that I have on my TBR cart right now, and this is the 3rd book in the Magnolia Park's Daisy Hates series, and each book like switches POV, so we'll have like a Magnolia book, a Daisy book, Magnolia book, a Daisy book, etc. So I've read the first Magnolia and Daisy books, and this is the 3rd one, which is the 2nd Magnolia book, and I find that I don't like Magnolia as a character. I also don't like BJ as a character, who's like the main love interest in Magnolia's storyline. I really don't like them. I don't. And I definitely like the Daisy side of the books a lot better so far after reading one from each. But from what I've heard, Magnolia and BJ kind of grow on you as their story goes on. And I also definitely want to get onto the next Daisy book, which means I have to read the Magnolia book first. I think it's going to have to be this one. And also with my ongoing quest to finish more of the series I'm in the middle of, this one would definitely be a good one to wrap up or catch up on at least. I know the series isn't complete. I think there's one more Daisy book coming, but I think it's gonna be a while. So I've been curious. I've been curious about this one. I'm not sure if I will love it, but I am open to giving it a good chance. So that's gonna be my popular book. Prompt number 3. Are we gonna have another easy one? Let's do yellow this time. Ooh, we have a 3-word title. Well, Our Infinite Fates would have been perfect, but I already picked that one. Oh, you know what? Ready or Not. That's 3 words. Promise Me Sunshine is 3 words. Four Ruined Realms is 3 words. The song Rising. Oh, there are a lot. There are a lot of books that are 3 words long. I feel like there are so many books that fit 3 words. Do I want to pick another like continuation of a series, or do I want to pick a standalone? Like what do I want to do? You know what? I think since this book is already out here with me, I think I'm going to do Ready or Not by Cara Bastone for the 3-word title book. Again, I've been hearing so much about this one. I've heard that Cara Bastone writes sort of like Emily Henry style, where you have a romance, but there's a lot more behind the plot. There's a lot more, I don't know, personal development in her books over just the romance. This one I'm curious at because there is a surprise pregnancy trope, and that's definitely not a trope that I tend to gravitate towards. I think it's friends to lovers, and that's kind of all I want to know about it. I think it's set in New York as well. It looks cute. It also looks like it is set in the spring. Just from the cover, like it looks very spring vibes. It looks like a good spring romance read. So we're gonna go with Ready or Not by Cara Bastone for our 3-word title. 4th prompt. I feel like we're whizzing through these today. This is gonna be the shortest TBR video ever. I apologize if you wanted a longer video, but the choices are they're just jumping at me too easily. Oh, okay. This one may require a little bit more searching, but this prompt says 300 pages. So I just need to find a book that is around 300 pages long, like close to that length. Honestly, I feel like Our Infinite Fates is probably that length. Yeah, this is 339 pages, which is a pretty short book. And I feel like honestly, the closest I would have got to 300 pages. So I feel like every prompt wants me to choose Our Infinite Fates. So I think it's good that's on my April TBR, because the universe, or like at least my TBR jar, wanted me to choose that one. 300 pages though. I feel like that is so short. Let me look at a couple of these smaller books. Okay, this is like 390 pages. I feel like that's a little bit too long. This one doesn't have page numbers. What? Where are the pages? Oh, it's because it's a preview of the next book. Never mind, let's go to the actual book. Oh, 308 pages. That is pretty dang close. Do I want to start another series right now though? I don't know, maybe we can find a standalone. This one's pretty small. This one is also 308 pages. These are both the exact length. Okay, do we have more? Oh, 294 pages. Oh my goodness. Let's see The Wishing Game. This one is a pretty skinny book as well. 278. Okay, this one's fallen a little bit short. It's gotta be either these two. This one is 294 pages and this is 308 pages. So this is 6 pages off and this is 8 pages off. Technically, this one is closer. Ooh, this one's a hard decision. Do I just go technical? Do I just go like what's technically closest to 300 pages? What do I want to read? I really do want to read both of these. You know what? I have a couple of romances selected so far, so I think I'm gonna do A Man Called Ove by Frederick Bachman. As you guys know, I read Bear Town, what was it, in February, and I absolutely loved it. I definitely need to go on in that series, but I'm also just, you know, I'm happy to read any other Frederick Bachman, and I've heard really, really amazing things about this one. I'm excited. Do I know what this one is about? No. I think it's about a grumpy man, and that's kind of all I want to know. I feel like with Frederick Bachman, you kind of want to go into his books blind and just like let him really tell you the story, like go on the journey with him. So I'm not gonna look up any more about this book. I'm just gonna read it. So, A Man Called Ove by Frederick Bachman, 294 pages. Oh my god, we only have one more to choose. This has really seriously flown by. I don't think I've ever had a TBR video that was this easy. Like, you guys have been following me. I've always had at least like 2 prompts that have been kind of trickier ones, but our 5th one, let's see. Oh, okay. A long title. I feel like this one is also not that difficult. Well, in February, I read, what was it called? The Irresistible Urge to Fall for Your Enemy. That is definitely a long title, so that would have been really great for this prompt if I hadn't already read it last month. Let's see, we have, ooh, this one's a pretty long title, A Sea of Unspoken Things by Adrienne Young. The House in the Cerulean Sea is pretty long as well. Daughter of the Moon Goddess is pretty long, and you guys have told me to read this book in the spring, so April might be the perfect month for it. These are pretty much the longest title. Oh, I Am Not Jessica Chen. I guess that's a pretty long title as well. Technically, all the Daisy Hates and Magnolia books have really long titles because they have like the name of the character and then the actual title of the book, but I already have a Magnolia book on my TBR, so I think one is enough. Should we see which of these titles is the longest? Do we do word count or do we do letter count? If we do word count, these 3 books all have 5 words each, and then The House in the Cerulean Sea has 6 words. So this title, if we do word count, is the longest title. But let's also count the actual letters and see which one wins that way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I Am Not Jessica Chen has 17 letters. I think this one's probably not the longest. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Daughter of the Moon Goddess has 24 letters. That one is in the running for sure. Sea of Unspoken Things has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 20 letters, so that one's out. And then The House in the Cerulean Sea, we're in between this one. 24 letters, and we'll count this one. I feel like this one's gonna win. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. These ones are tied. They both have 24 letters, and the plot thickens. So The Daughter of the Moon Goddess is the start of a duology. I do have both books, so if I do start it, I could also finish it pretty quickly because I have the second book already. And again, you guys have told me this is a good spring read, so it would be really good to read in April, like probably the perfect time to read it. But then House in the Cerulean Sea, I've heard so many good things about. I think a lot of you have also recommended this book to me. It's very cozy vibe, and technically, even though these 2 titles were tied for letter length, this one has more words. This one has a Stephanie Garber quote on it, and this one has a V.E. Schwab quote on it. So Stephanie Garber or V.E. Schwab. I love both of those authors. And also the 2 authors of these books, Sue Lin Tan and T.J. Klune, I've never read before, so either way, I'd be trying a new author. Oh my god, this is the hardest decision in this monthly TBR. It's the last one, and it's the most difficult. Stephanie Garber says, a breathtaking debut novel. V.E. Schwab said, I loved it. It's like being wrapped up in a big gay blanket. Simply perfect. Which one do I do? Which one do I do? You know what? I think I'm gonna go with The House in the Cerulean Sea. Just because I do want to tackle a few more series off my list before starting a new one. I know I've been starting new series over the past few months, and you guys have probably seen me and have been like, Jamie, what are you doing? You're supposed to be finishing series, not starting new ones. But I think I'm not gonna start this one yet. I could still read this one in May. May is still pretty spring weather, honestly. With like the cool spring in Toronto, we don't really get like hot weather till July. So I could technically read this one in May or even June and it would still be like kind of springy. I could also probably read this one in April as well and just read it like off my technical TBR because I read more than 5 books in a month anyways. But we're gonna put that one aside for now and we're gonna choose House in the Cerulean Sea for book with the longest title. There we have it. This is definitely looking very different from my March TBR where we had a lot of more intense fantasies. Sounds like April is gonna be a bit more lighthearted, a little bit cozier, a little bit more like romantic. So we have Our Infinite Fates by Laura Steven, which is a romantasy that will apparently make me cry. That one was our fantasy book choice. We have Magnolia Park's The Long Way Home, which is our popular book choice. Ready or Not by Cara Bastone, which is our 3-letter title book. A Man Called Ove, which is our book with 300 pages. And House in the Cerulean Sea, which is book with the longest title, and that is our April TBR. I'm actually really excited about this one. I think we have a lot of good variety in here. I feel like this TBR feels cozy. So there we have it. Those are the 5 official books on the April TBR. Really excited to read these. I hope you liked this video and I hope you liked watching me choose these books for myself. I allowed myself to be the boss of my own TBR this month, which is kind of exciting. I may or may not put the choice back into your hands next month. So definitely follow me on Instagram so you don't miss the stories for when the time comes to pick my May TBR and it's, you know, you guys can help me choose. That's it for now. So hope you liked this video. If you did, please leave me a like and a comment. If you don't know what to comment down below, below. Let me know what is on your April TBR. If you like me, subscribe, do that bell thing, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!